Hey, what up, team? It's Joe Mill here with Killer Miller Q. It's football Sunday, and today we're going to be putting together the ultimate ribeye steak sandwich, Killer Miller Q style, of course. It's going to feature some jalapenos. It's going to feature a little bit of homemade beer cheese we about to put together. We got some beautiful ribeyes. I got my Blackstone fired up. Come on. Music. Let's get into this cook here. As you can hear the beautiful sounds of football behind me, and as you can see, we got us a beautiful couple little ribeyes here sitting out. Both of them a little over a pound. Beautiful marbling all the way through. I'm about to let these sit out and come up to temp, and then I'm actually going to bring back that Timo's rub that we used a little bit ago on that tri-tip, and we're going to try that on these steaks, and then we're going to start on some of this prep. First things first, like I said, local rub here in Arizona. I did see that they also had a place, I forget exactly, maybe Nebraska, but I got this right here in Gilbert, Arizona. As you can see right there, this Timbo's steak rub is amazing. We'll be utilizing that on today's steak. Definitely go ahead and check them out, www.timbospice.com. Good rub, I enjoyed it, so another one of my favorites here now. So I'm going to be using that, so I'm about to get these babies seasoned up. They've been sitting out, so you can see they've already started to sweat a little bit. And then you see I got my Kyoku knife sitting over here. Kyoku was nice enough to send me this knife to start to check out and review. It's just a knife that was something that was, you know, more in the mid-level as far as the price range. You talking about something that's about $100. You know, something that maybe I actually might buy myself, and nothing too over the top, but hopefully it works well. So far, I've only used it a little bit, but it's been nice. We'll see how it works on cutting up some of these vegetables that I'm going to be getting into. Be doing some jalapenos and some onions. I'm probably going to be using about half of this onion. And then we're going to be doing some beer cheese sauce that's going to be going on this ultimate steak sandwich today. And we're going to be using about a little over a cup, maybe about a cup and a fourth or so of sharp white cheddar, as well as that sharp cheddar. That sharp give it that tang. All right. So other than that, you see we got the Stella. That's going to be the beer of choice today. But you don't need to take the time to see me do all this. I'll bring you right back. We got most of the prep work done. Now some of this is some of the things that's going to be going on top. Got my onion, half an onion cut up. Got me one jalapeno. I knocked out them seeds. And then as you can see, we got that beautiful couple ribeyes already sitting over here with that Timbo steak seasoning on there. And then as far as the things that's going to be going in my beer cheese sauce here, we got that all broke down. I'll give you a quick breakdown. You got 3 tablespoons of butter. We got about a fourth of a cup of flour, making us start it off with a little bit of like a roux almost. You got a teaspoon of garlic powder, a half a teaspoon of paprika, 3/4 of a cup of milk. Coming back around, you can use whatever beer you want. I used some Stella. I got a cup of beer. You got 2 teaspoons of spicy brown mustard, and then about 2.5 cups of, I use, you know, you could just go straight cheddar. I use the mix like you saw in the beginning of that white cheddar, which is up under there, and then just regular sharp cheddar. Sharp is always the best. It's got more of that tang. So that's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to be doing all of this out there on the griddle. So I'm going to throw a few of these ingredients back in the refrigerator, and let's go step outside and let everything come on up to temp. And oh yeah, this is going to be our bread that we're going to be making today. We'll be cutting this in half and tossing it out, toasting it out there on the griddle. Whole meal will be done out there. I'm stuttering. That means I'm hungry. Whole meal will be done out there on the griddle. So we'll get this out there as well, but that'll be at the very end. Out to the griddle. We're going to try to knock this thing out as best we can. I'll throw this pan over here. And we're going to be knocking out that cheese sauce on the griddle as well. I got some tallow over here on the grill. And the first thing I want to do, and it's screaming hot, I got it all the way up to high, so I don't think, actually I'm going to drop this down to about just a little inside of that, maybe like more of a medium high. And the first thing we're going to be doing is coming down with that sizzle. These ribeyes. Put them just like you want them. Form them up. Give them a little push down so they can get some good contact. And I'm only going to let them sit for a minute, and then we'll flip them. Look at them, man. That Timbo seasoning on there. All right, let them hang out. Next thing we're going to do, slide over this way. Woo! To all the condiments and all the good stuff. Is we're going to get this butter, which I left in the house. So let me grab that, and we're going to throw that over there on that pan. And then we're gonna let that melt, and then we'll be coming in there with that flour to kind of get started with the roux. Just a little bit of tallow. My onions are gonna go down. Start getting done along with my jalapenos. There we go. Butter's melted pretty much over here. Chop it up a little bit. Perfect. So now we're gonna drop this flour in, and I'm gonna whisk this around a little bit. All right, now we're letting that kind of cook down. It's been like a couple minutes. Let that flour taste get up out of there. Next, I'm about to come in there with my seasoning. Come get that garlic powder. That in, and then that paprika. Mix it up. Once we get it all put together, the spicy brown mustard and the beer is the last couple things we're gonna mix all together. And we got that nice and smooth now, right? Last thing, so nothing I said last thing last time, but here we go. Let's add in that cheese. Every bit of it. And mix that in. And then we're just gonna let it all come together. I already had to flip my steaks. I got a good crust on one side. We're working on the other. You cook them to whatever consistency you like. Temp them out along the way. Get you a nice thermopin. I'll probably be going to roughly around 155-ish. I said I'm gonna get a nice crust on both sides. And then we'll cut that up nice and thin. So that's gonna be almost done. Get a peek over there. Oh yeah, we working. We working. This is all quick work, right? There go them vegetables. They already sitting to the side. They good to go. We're gonna get this nice and warm, nice and creamy. And we're gonna cut this bread here in a second, and we'll be ready to assemble. Hey team, I want to jump in here real quick and let you know thanks for following today's cook. If you're new to the channel, go to the bottom right corner, subscribe, check out some of the other videos you've missed. And for anybody else, if you haven't done it already, find me on IG, find me on Facebook, and I'm putting in some work. Find me on TikTok as well. Let's get back to the work. All right, as you can see, we took a quick second to clean off my griddle real quick. Last couple things we got to do. That cheese sauce is looking pretty good. As you can see, consistency-wise, it's sitting good. I turned off this side of the griddle, so it's just staying warm. Still got to go ahead and stir it every little bit. But we're going to knock out a couple eggs real quick. I already got some grease down, so I'm just going to hit a little bit of butter. We're going to leave them on here sunny side up. Hit them with just a little bit of salt and pepper. And then I got my bread loaf that I've cut in half. We're going to throw that on here and let it start toasting up. There we go. Nice little bit of stir. Break it up. Break it up. Check out that consistency. Yeah, that's going to be great. This could be also a great cheese sauce that you can make some homemade pretzels for. Maybe we have to do that sometime. Got my bread loaves chilling out. I didn't add no butter or nothing to them. Just let them get nice and warm. They'll get a little bit of crisp. And my 2 eggs. See that one? My yolk busted on that one. I just had to not make my little eggs pretty. That's all right. I'm about to hit them with a little bit of salt and pepper. And we're going to let them get done. You can tell from the side bubble that these are about ready to get flipped. If you like them bubbly and wet, they probably already, you can just take them off just like this. But I like mine a little more done. So we will be flipping these over. This bread, I rotated it. It's got what I wanted. I just wanted it to get warm. Got a little bit of crispness on it. That's it. Slide it over here to the side. This top bun is warm. Same thing. Absolutely perfect. Bread smells good. Let me get these flipped. And we're going to go ahead and chop up some steak. Had the chance to pick these steaks up. They've been sitting for a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes. Man, these babies is juicy. Nice, good char on there. Can't wait to get into these. Let's chop them up thin. And here is that ribeye. I took the time to go ahead and get rid of some of the fit pieces. That's too fatty. Some people love the fat, but I didn't want too much of that on my sandwich. But overall, the char on there is amazing. And once again, that Timbo's rub is on point. For the assembly, the first thing I'm going to be doing is coming down with a nice layer of Duke's mayo only on this bottom bun. Then I got some nice green leaf butter like lettuce that we're going to be coming over with. I'll be stacking up some of these strips of this steak, pile it up nice and high. We'll come over the top with the onions and the jalapenos. So I got pretty much all of this thing put together. We got the little bit of Duke's mayo on there on that bottom bun. Came with the lettuce. Lots of that steak over here. You can see we got the caramelized onions on there along with the jalapenos. We're going to come right over the top with those 2 eggs that are nice and done now. Just like that. And then finally, we're going to hit it right on top with some of that cheese sauce. Tell you what, the cheese sauce, which I had still sitting out there kind of in that warmer. Like I said, it came out great. Good consistency. Smells good. Let's see if we can do this without making too much of a mess. We're just gonna ladle on a little bit of that cheese. Alright. And now we get that bun on top and we'll cut it. Let's take a peek. I think I'm gonna have to cut this again. This baby is huge. Look at that. Look at that. I gotta get a taste. Alright, I got me a half of a half. We'll kind of go with it like that. This is a thick sandwich. This is definitely a football sandwich here. But let's see how it all come together. Wow. Now that we got that out the way, first thing that I'm gonna say is if you are in the market for a griddle, get you one. Every time I cook on that griddle, the first thing I think of it is that the fact that I don't cook on it enough. It always comes out great. The one thing is you better have everything ready before it goes on the griddle, because once that thing fires up, you do not have enough time, okay? I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but I will tell you as far as that overall cook, I was ripping and I was running and I have everything right here on my prep table and everything was already ready to go. But it do not take long and it does get hot. So you can cycle through some things pretty quick. First off, I was happy to be able to find those beautiful ribeyes. They were a little bit more than I wanted to pay, but when I saw them and I thought about it, I could do a little something as far as making me a steak sandwich. I went ahead and spent the nugget to go ahead and make it happen for football day. I'm happy I did. They came out fire. I literally got those at my local grocery store. Like I said, a little higher than I like to pay, but overall, man, you feet. The other thing, and we've said it before, this Timbo's spice steak rub. They're out of, I believe, Nebraska, and they also here in Gilbert, Arizona. We found it locally at a farmer's market. This is now my go-to when I'm making a steak. Absolutely fire. We are full here at this house. I had way too much. That sandwich by itself came through to take care of everybody, and by the time we got towards the end, little baby didn't want nothing but the steak. You know, had to deconstruct the whole sandwich just so she can get what she wanted. But that's what you're supposed to do, right? At the end of the day, super happy with that rub. Happy I put it on this sandwich. That sandwich overall was absolutely fire. It was a lot better than I thought it was going to be, and I knew it was going to be good. My beer cheese recipe will now become the Killer Miller beer cheese. That will become a standard. That's something that I would suggest that you should try out. I'm going to try maybe doing some smoked pretzels or something like that and dip in there. I think that'll be fire, but I really liked it. It was really strong with that cheese, with that mix of that white cheddar with that normal sharp cheddar. That was a good combined mixture, and with that Stella in there, you could actually taste a little bit of that beer. It was strong. It came right over the top of everything. The other thing, for the first time, I feel like I actually tasted my jalapenos. Normally, I feel like I'm doing jalapeno poppers, stuff like that. I'm going and smoking them, and I don't know if it's just a different way that I was cooking them, but being that they were chopped up and being in there with that little bit of oil, they actually had a little bit of kick. And with that said, I took the seeds out and did pretty much everything like I always normally do, and normally I'm like, it's never enough heat. They actually had a little bit of fire. They gave a nice little tweak on there and kind of leveled that sandwich up, brought it back down with that good old-fashioned egg. You talk about something that just overall made everything more filling and more just solid all the way around. And then that beer cheese on the top was the winner. I know for some people, you might want to go with that wet egg, so it's something you can pop and it can beat all the drizzle and the juice that you want. But for me, that was good enough. I love the way that sandwich came together. Like I said, I love the way that griddle knocked that steak out in no time. I'm getting a little bit more brave these days where I normally didn't used to sear so good. I got a nice crust on this one. That's one thing that you can always guarantee when you're on that Blackstone. It's a nice hot surface. You can get you a nice even crust on there. I like the way that those babies came out. And then once you cut into them, they was absolutely perfect for my personal liking. We couldn't have anything as far as complaints. Get your Blackstone, find some of that Timbo's, and then sit back with a nice cold beverage and make sure you watch some of these games and enjoy this time with your family and enjoy these fall months. It's finally getting nice around here, which means it's around 95. Still getting in the pool. But I'm going to holler at y'all in about a week. All the peoples, all the family, Black Smoke Barbecue, anybody else I missed. Until next week, we're going to get it in. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.